Welcome back to the channel. We are filming this video in Bali, Indonesia right now. We just settled into our new villa and we're going to lock in for 3 to 4 months. This is going to be really fun. I'm going to be a little bit more candid in this video. I'm going to try and cut a little bit less, but basically, as I'm ramping up my new content creation series and really diving in head first and locking into another growth phase in my life here in Bali, I wanted to talk about how to make the hard things or the things you know you need to be doing easy, right? So how to do the hard things easily, because it's not just about discipline. It's not just about motivation. You can actually shift your frame of mind, right? Your identity to then make the hard things a little bit easier. And I'm going to get into that in this video today. Right now, you might even be working extremely hard, but you're working on the wrong things, or you're working on the things that you're not supposed to be working on because it doesn't align with your identity. So you're disciplined by nature. You have discipline, but you're just disciplined towards the wrong goals, or you're disciplined towards goals that you don't even know you have. And once we can realign your goals and you can be a little bit more aware of your goals and of your identity, then everything is going to change for you. And if you don't know who I am yet, my name is Ethan. I was a freelance photographer. I opened up one of the biggest creative studios in my own city, but then I was drained from all the service work, client work, all the done for you work. And then I pivoted online because of some social media friends. It took me like 3 to 4 years to figure out how everything works on social media. And now I've hit the ground running with my own creator business. And that's exactly what I talk about on this channel. I like to travel the world. I like to optimize for freedom and fun. And I like to just have a really balanced life while still growing into, the career, the person I want to be. And I kind of document or make videos on YouTube about everything I'm doing and everything I'm learning. So welcome to the channel. So the main problem that we all have of why we're not actually accomplishing the things we want to be doing is because you don't actually know what problems you have or what goals you want to be setting. Most people think that the actual actions are holding them back, but in reality, it's probably more so your identity. So the first thing we need to do to really find our identity is eliminate the blind spots in our life, so then we can look at the whole map clearly. Let's use video games as an analogy. When you're starting off, let's say in GTA or like a free roam map, half of the map is blacked out. There's like a fog, like a gray fog, the fog of war, right? And you don't know what paths you can take. You don't even know what missions, what areas of the map can be unlocked. And you don't even know the journey that you're going to go on. So until you lift the fog and you explore the whole map, then you finally get to decide what you actually want to be doing. So these limiting beliefs are essentially that fog of war that you don't even know exists. You don't even know what your life, what your career, what you are capable of until you start, exploring a little bit. And that's going to be kind of more so on the internal for this example. And then if we want to continue with this video game analogy more, once we set some really good goals, then we have more projects, and then life really does become like a video game and it becomes a little bit more fun. If you've ever dove into a video game yourself and like got addicted to something, you weren't disciplined to complete or grind that video game or stay up all night. That was just in line with what you wanted to do. That was a reframe of this was the most important thing I needed to do in my life because it was addicting, right? So we're going to just take that reframe and put it towards your own career, content creation, business, whatever it is. So then that takes us to the first blind spot, which is the cognitive bias. This is where our brains tend to look for evidence that already support our beliefs. Let's say you're taller than like 70% of people, but you feel short. You would have a cognitive bias walking down the street or walking in a mall with like spotting everyone that is taller than you. All the, 3 in 10 people that are taller than you, you'd be like, oh, that person's taller than me, blah, blah, blah. And then you would feel pretty short. But then you're ignoring the 70% of people that you're actually taller than. You're only looking at the few people that are taller than you. So this is cognitive bias because your brain is only recognizing or searching for things that is essentially confirming your own identity. Another good example is if you believe you're just not a morning person. Let's say you wake up at 7 a.m. 5 out of the 7 days a week, and then you sleep in on the weekends because you like go out seeing your friends. You might wake up on Saturday or Sunday feeling all groggy and feeling like you're not a morning person, and that is the only information that you decide to focus on. So then that confirms your previous belief of not being a morning person, even though you're ignoring the fact that you wake up very comfortably and happy at 7 a.m. throughout the week. So this can show up in your own career and business all the time. If you've ever started your own business before and it didn't work, you might just think you're not an entrepreneur. You're not the type to do something like that. Maybe you're just not good at content creation. Maybe you self-diagnose yourself with ADHD, and then you feel like you're just not the type of person to be able to focus, even though you wake up in the morning scrolling reels and then wonder why your brain is in such a reactive state all day. And I'm talking from personal experience. Blind spot number 2 is the I'm different bias. This is very similar to the cognitive bias, the self-fulfilling prophecy, but now this time it's a little bit personal. You know that that thing exists, or you know something is possible, but then you single yourself out and you think, I'm different. I couldn't do this. I couldn't be as athletic as the other people. I couldn't post content. I couldn't learn how to do blank skill, because I'm just different. My circumstances are different. My life experience and just who I am is different. So then therefore, I am not going to be able to go down this path. Okay, so you see another creator blow up and then you're like, okay, but he doesn't have the same clients I do. I'm too busy. Another person can transform their body in the gym, but then you say, my genetics are just not like that. I could never do that. Your brain has a tendency to self-protect and kind of tell you this philosophy that you're different. The truth is you're not all that special. And I actually say that in a very nice way. You are not that much of an anomaly where you're the only person in the world that can't do this. There are people with a worse circumstance than you who did the thing that you want to do because they just ended up showing up and learning it. So your circumstances are unique. Everyone's are unique. Everyone is different, but you can still change your environment. That's like what humans do. So I doubt that you're going to be the one in billions that have the circumstance that just make you incapable of doing things that you want to be doing. And blind spot number 3 now is pretty nasty, and it is learned helplessness. This is by far the most dangerous one. And this is where you've tried to take action, but nothing's worked yet. And now you're slowly teaching your brain that nothing you do is going to work. You stop believing that your actions lead to something. But the reality is you didn't fail because you're incapable. You probably failed because you were following the wrong map, the wrong strategy, and you just haven't put in enough time to figure out where you need to go to get to where you need to go. And then at a certain point, you're probably again using willpower over systems, over education, over more knowledge to get you to that goal. You're trying to force things that conflict with your identity, and then that makes it feel a lot harder than it has to be. But eventually your environment, the circumstance, reality will eventually change, where then you can do those actions and actually achieve that goal. The learned helplessness is not something that's going to last forever. Like that is just basically you convincing yourself that it's not possible. And that can be very scary. And like you can see this like pretty gruesomely in like a lot of animal experiments and stuff like that, where like an animal or a mouse would get shocked or something every time they moved or went to a certain area, and then they would learn to not move, or they would learn to not go to that area again. And then the scientists would remove that shock, so then they can go anywhere they want, they can eat whatever food they want, but the animal is still then trained to not do that because they've just learned to be helpless in that situation. But they didn't know that their environment changed, and they can now go wherever they want to go. Take what you will from that. So now that we've uncovered the blind spots, this will allow us to figure out what goals we actually want. So what goals right now are you disciplined towards? And if that's staying the same, then that's the goal. Naturally, we are trying to remain the same. We're trying to continue status quo It is homeostasis. It is continuing and maintaining our identity because at the end of the day, we feel safe to do that. So that is your goal. So the goal will be to sleep in, to do less, to conserve energy, whatever it is. That is subconsciously your goal right now. Your brain is a goal seeking organism. You're always trying to achieve something. It just depends how conscious you are of it or not. So that's what I mean when I say you're not lacking discipline, you're not lacking motivation. We just need to restructure and reframe what goals your brain is subconsciously seeking through a lot of journaling, through a lot of meditation. Not even a lot, just a little bit, just like a couple hours, maybe 30 minutes every day for a week. And then you're good. And then you're correcting course on where you actually want to be going. The problem is most of your goals were programmed into you by your environment, your parents, your culture, or your past experiences. And one of the most powerful unconscious goals your brain is to stay the same. So we need to be conscious, we need to be intentional about the goals we set so we can break free from the subconscious goals that our environment set for us. Discipline is a feature of identity, not willpower. The identity principle basically means that you want to do what you already do. And what you actually do repeatedly also reinforces your identity and makes up who you are. This is where the willpower to just muscle through doesn't work long term. Willpower and discipline will help you stay on course and not, veer off track, but that's not going to be the ever long solution. No entrepreneur or successful creator has just hated to post content every single day for months and months and months, years and years and years. They're not forcing themselves to build their companies. They're waking up and enjoying the process. Life doesn't have to be miserable. They've just aligned themselves, aligned their identity with what they want to be doing. Another good example of this is bodybuilders. Bodybuilders, it might take a little bit of discipline to just create that new identity, but they eventually love going to the gym and it's not painful for them. They want to be eating healthy. They want to be tracking their macros. They want to be going to the gym and, smashing weights. That is what's enjoyable for them. In fact, when you're really in the circuit, when you're really in tune and in flow state, you're going to have pain when you do not go to the gym. You're going to sit in bed feeling anxious and weird that you're not at the gym progressing towards your goals because now you've identified as a bodybuilder. So the question isn't how do I become more disciplined? It's essentially who I need to become. Do you need to become a content creator? Do you need to become a business owner? Do you need to be able to be a public speaker or speak with charisma? Do you need to learn new skills like sales and marketing? Whatever that might be, that's going to be your new identity. And then you're going to embody that. And eventually you're going to feel aligned and have a good flow state with everything, especially once you gamify your life. If you do this enough times, your brain will rewire itself and you will be doing these things subconsciously. The last key is once we get into a alignment, a flow state, and we're doing the things that we want to be doing, yes, maybe it takes a week of discipline to just rewire your brain and start doing the tasks and rewiring the dopamine response that you're getting from your actions every day. Then we need to make sure we double down on the momentum we have by building an environment that suits our lifestyle. So we can do an environment audit in our life. You create an environment that best suits you, right? We don't want to be using willpower or discipline to overcome a shitty environment that we don't like. It's like trying to swim upstream. It's going to be exhausting. You're going to want to set up your environment where it's easy for you to just fall into work, fall into flow state. You want to have your desk set up. You want to not have clutter in your room. You want to be able to maintain a cleanly area. So then there's not this mind clutter as well. You want to know what outfits you're wearing to the gym tomorrow, what outfits you're going to record in, what scent you're going to wear, when you're going to shower and then show up on camera, and when are you going to practice your script and write your script. Everything should just flow very naturally. If you have to go find your camera and then you're going to film a YouTube video and then you have to charge your camera, that's not going to be very advantageous for you to just fall into flow state. The next environmental change we can do is the digital audit. And our digital environment is essentially all of the content we consume, all of the apps and TV we consume, the screen time that we have. We want to surround ourselves with like-minded individuals, with other people sharing the same dreams we have, with other people talking about the same dreams. By you watching this YouTube video right now, you're doing yourself a favor by surrounding yourself with good content. Another thing I like to do for the digital audit is limit my screen time so I don't do any social media apps before 9 a.m. and after 9 p.m. And I also like to turn off notifications and make sure I know what is being targeted at me throughout my day. Typically, I do the first half of the day as like a deep workflow state. So I'm very conscious about my screen time. I've even started to like go to this co-working spot and then just leave my phone in the locker until 12 o'clock. So there's just absolutely no phone when I'm doing deep work. And those are some of the things that I have to force myself to create an environment that helps me succeed and helps me flow into more of the tasks that I want to be doing, like posting content, building my business, and doing everything else that I do behind the scenes. Another good environment audit to have is your community audit. How are your friends? How are your relationships with people? Are they motivated? Are they taking away from you? Are they just a distraction? I do think having healthy, secure relationships are very important, but ideally they also need to live healthy and secure lifestyles. People that are trying to share the same goals, build the same goals as you do. So then you get an amazing community, because if all of your friends are going to the gym and you're the only friend in the friend group that's skipping the gym, then you're not going to feel all that great about yourself. You're going to feel like a little bit like an outcast. So that's a great example of how you can surround and manufacture your friend environment to help you with your goals. Now, hopefully you found this video insightful. If you are interested in posting more content, I'm assuming you are since you're watching this YouTube channel, I have another video that I think you'd love of how to post content like the top 1%. That video performed very well. You can click it somewhere up here, and that's going to show you exactly how to start staying consistent and build a content ecosystem, so you can really take your business and your content to the next level. And that might just be your new identity as a content creator that you want to embark on. So click on that video if you actually want to learn the technical side of how you can start posting content and become a creator. And if you wanted a full step-by-step guide, you can download the first link in the description for the 6-day creator business launch, which is a step-by-step guide over 6 days that gets sent directly to your email, so you know exactly what to do and what you can work on if this is something that you're going to be interested in and actually want to take advantage of in 2026 and beyond. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.